Ladies and gentlemen, the matter before the United States of America today is that there is turmoil within their borders, not of any other people, but those, the citizens of the United States of America, a people truly believe to foster the greater of mankind goodness. The dilemma should be solved this November by casting your vote. This is to sway you, ask you, no other way but to simply put, consider voting the Democratic ticket. The Democrats are prepared to continue towards the greater economic growth of the country, the well being of individuals, prosperity, changing to the direction so that, to put it bluntly, gleaning. Pardon me. The American nature, its will to be free. Vote Democrat. This is the future. The future cannot look back and change itself, can only find the greater way to the comforts of distancing itself from its former generations so that the lineage continues to be a part of forever. Vote Democrat. There are corrections of legislature that needs to be addressed. The first is the choice of human life. In God we trust. In man we put man. In woman we put woman. The individual choice of the physical being and the care that the nation should take that such actions would not be necessary. Our great faith that lingers in disparity, its engines are idling to pull forth the strength to be above the simpleness that men should see such kind rewards of wisdom are the inalienable rights of each human. Vote Democrat. If you should go back through the annals of nations filled, greed, compounding the deviant nature manifest. And by the time that it returns to its healthy growth, here we are. The battle is not ours, it's a spiritual battle. We are beings, human beings. We are such maybe put in the closet as an old toy, hoping that it would become an antique. Its value increase every day. So the love search, and this is just the way I talk. I can have fun, talk fast. I just don't like to. vote Democrat. The annals that I've seen is that take a 12-year snap picture window of the growth of this country. 8 of those years were held by Republicans. 4 after the 8 Democrats. The effective change comes from the mistakes of the Republicans during the term of the Democrat. A one-term Democrat is simply not effective. A one-term Democrat should never be again. That term is mostly cleanup. The values of the forwardness of this nation is caused by greed. We know this. We don't have an antidote for it yet. Our laws weigh justice for us, and we must strengthen our laws as we go forward. Vote Democrat. The economy grows, well-being grows, prices drop, gasoline is cheaper. These are things we know. Build it up, tear it down. Build it up, I gotta tear it down. Build it up, tear it down. Build, tear down. Build, tear it down. The dust will barely get off this planet with the concepts that we have about life and the way it's going that we have today. We have no other species to be jealous of. We don't mostly believe in aliens. The great majority has a God that they believe. We believe in God in whom we trust. That God's Son is Jesus. They're really bonded as the Holy Spirit. And all of those that the Lord has built of his will that has come before us, left their messages, strengthened their gene. And here we sit to discuss the course of a nation, all that we've built to give it over to a system of destruction of morals, ethics, put limitations that fright your mind, which causes the body to degenerate. We must see also the spiritual nature that has not gone away, nor has it spared us to this day. As close as we know, because no one else has told us a story except in whom we believe, Jesus that stood upon this world. We will never take a space vacation to another earthly system. In the realm of possibility, is it possible? Yeah. In the realm of reality, will we see that happen? Mostly no. I promise to you, and I, those that believe Jesus, the Son of God, said he'd be back to get those that are his sheep. And that promise has not been fulfilled because we're living today and it's not all over the world broadcast. That possible day is as any other. No one knows the day or time. And to be ready, you gotta love Jesus, the best friend you could have. You learn everything in their world is of perfection. We still drag along profile. But those chains has been snipped to such a level that its weight is no longer a tug upon us, where you have to know that you're going to walk on the grounds of heaven. If the mind could live any other place, what would be its territory? That depth of the mind is a simple thought. It's in a round spear on the inside and can go in any direction it wants to, but it cannot leave the spear. It's a very foul thought, and it's cast away all of being the backup forever, everlasting going on. It's so far back, its echoes of you leaving me will not be heard. Everlasting just go right on. We'll be back to get you, and everlasting go right on. Don't even have a reason to go back through there. That's real close, but everlasting just keeps stretching on out. So minute are we, the physical being. Don't you know, Lord, they have no more space in heaven for goodness, so he said, I'm going to take the dust and put some of it in there and store it down here on earth. That's the part of faith that we know. Jesus came to tend the garden, and we saw him. When I say we, that's passed down in the genes. We saw it. We believed it. And then we didn't see it and we believed it. Did it happen? In my mind, yeah. Will it gonna happen again? In my mind, yeah. Those two questions to you in your mind, I hope you see it that way too. If not, keep listening. We're gonna get through this. And I don't feel like it's your job to go out and convince everybody on the world they should love Jesus. Jesus already took care of that. All you can do is show them that Jesus loves you. Why he love you? Because I love him back. He don't owe you nothing. He ain't asked for everything. He ain't cut me short. I'm breathing. Breathing. It's cool. And we gonna move on because my time about out. I gotta make some money off this. Ask me what my cash app is in the comments. I'll tell you. Because the Lord bless those who bless him. And he ain't said that you had to bless somebody else first. But it comes pretty close to showing him that you know how to bless. I ain't say bless, do what you want to do. You say, hallelujah, brother. And that just lift my spirits and the wallet that my spirit got banked. I'm trying to tell you, I think I'm in heaven, y'all, but I know I ain't. I'm right here on earth. I'm going to tell you how I got here in the next segment. I got to go get my traveling hat. So hang on, I'll be right back. I ain't got to do nothing to get my hat. So do you want to tell us exactly how you got here? From what I'm looking at, you're saying that you rode as close as you could to Earth on the lineup of the continuum that we recently came through. That journey of 800 years, its rotation, which starts to turn back to make the next 800, is where you got off at that turn. And to continue your journey, you jump on the asteroid system. And from there, through the rotation of that asteroid passing as close as it comes to Earth in its regular rotation. You boarded that, and when it got close enough to Earth, you jump, transition from the asteroid onto the Earth. And you sit here today and try to explain that that's the way you got here. The theory about the dust you say is true. Life was breathed into us, and we captured and we go forward each day. Our rivalry should be with time, its essence, the pure fragrance that it carries of everlasting, be in that parade. It's a journey that we hope every soul that finds us enjoys us and come along with us. And we'll take this journey into the singular mind and have some fun. All the way, straight up. There we go. We're gonna move so fast when you wake up, you're like, I'm right where I wanna be. No, I got a transition on the transit system that comes through unless there's something that captures the spirit to stay. And that spirit is the strength of the nation to be free, its will to pursue the strength within, its trust in the leadership and the justice rails that it holds on to be steady. Should it sway this course towards a free, well-being nature from within? But we run into such a toothache. This time, Republican Party. We can't patch it over. We can't extract it. We must reconstruct it. But this choice, the deliverance of our freedoms, is a democratic vote. Nothing else, that's what you're voting for. Your eyes do not deceive you. The news of such one story cannot be deceptive of all its angles. The trust and the will of the people is being challenged, and that means you and I. And what we should go forward with in peace and the pursuit of happiness, this time it just happens to be the better vote is Democrat. Give them a chance to straighten this mess out. You've seen all the hope that it has in the legislatures. Sure, we should be angry. Our economics are where we want to be. The potential for every individual to explore the bounds of its intelligence is a search from within to satisfy something that self not necessarily needs, but wants to pursue to find that perfection of its done. Better together the way. This choice, this vote, is a vote that must be done. Sort of like you take the vacuum cleaner and you vacuum your rug in the house, the rug you're vacuuming for the first time. You do it with the care of the rug you're intent. Just so happened our rug is the Constitution, our democracy. And we're not going to let any man tear it down by himself. The few that go along with him, it so happened when Satan was kicked out, he took a few of them with him either. But today he's still beneath the Lord always. Beneath those that love the Lord always. Who is to say we're not the ones to see the days that Satan raised his head up? Who else is he going to be in except for the nature of a human being? If it was an animal, we shoot it on the spot. Then go take it apart and see what caused it. We have to do that in our minds. We see what's causing the deterioration of the morals of this country. Our long growth to get to this part of our life, of our heritage, of our chance to show the future generations that the strong in them comes from the strong in us today. Vote Democrat. The simple choice to go concrete. Give it to the Democrats, let them build up. So, like, ain't nobody calling you no child. Ain't nobody saying you really think like a child, you live like a child. You know what leads you, and deep down, the challenge is always right and wrong. And the weighted side is always right. Let's be a little bit pretentious here. You got a bucket of water and balance on the balancing beam long enough to the tilt it can touch the water and feed generations from now on. If it did the other way it touches, gonna feed generations from now on. At the very balancing of both them, the angle that needed to be as straight as possible so that the weight would not be, it's balanced. Now, only the mind, the shift of the mind, can help get the drink of water for generations to come on. You got the right and the wrong. Which is more persuasive? The right has always been more persuasive. The people that know right from wrong and they do what's right. Right versus wrong. That's the Democrat. You have a greater number of those that want to say, I want to do wrong always, and they on the other side talking about, come over here, and this spirits, I ain't going to do it. But the spirits over here that do wrong see that they were doing wrong, right? Keep telling them they were doing wrong, even wrong tell them they were doing wrong. They say, okay, I'm going to get wrong up, I'm going to go with right. And they come over here and the ladder tilt down toward the water. Now the rest of them got to see if I go over there and do the right thing, we gonna tilt a little bit more. And sooner or later, it gonna touch the water, and the whole generation from now on gonna have plenty of drink to cure their thirst. But we ain't messing around. We just looking for another way. Yeah, man, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna show you some stuff called when they get the technology going. You ain't gonna believe what you missing in it, but I'm gonna try to show you. And the transition is good. Yeah. All you gotta do is ask, yeah, all right, in my cash, yeah. And the comments asking for my cash, yeah. Well, I'm gonna do it up. You're gonna be right there with me. We going right on straight. All right, yeah, we gonna see you in a little bit.